What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another review with chills. Today we are going to be looking at Portal Knights. This is a game that I've been playing for quite some time. I've actually got two seasons on it. We started up the second season when it came out with the 050 update, which is the new large worlds, which is what we're currently watching right now. It's one of the bases that I built inside that world with all the cool stuff that we have. And I wanted to give you guys an honest review on this. It's currently going on Steam. I think it's 20% off. It's $12 or something like that, American. And regularly goes for about $15. So as you guys may know or may not know, when I do my reviews, I don't give it a scale of 1 to 10 or 5 stars or anything like that. I base it off the money that you spend on the game as to whether or not you're going to get your money's worth while playing it. Now, I could bring up my Steam account here. And if I tell you guys how many hours I have logged in this game, you should know, right now I have 91 hours. So, if you pay $20 for this game, you're gonna spend like pennies an hour on this game. With 91 hours already logged in it, and I'm still going strong, you know? Definitely you can get your money's worth on this game. It's a very cool game. A lot of people say like a Minecraft-esque, but it's like three-dimensional, a lot more high-resolution graphics, I guess you could say. The one downside, I guess you could say, like any of these games, is the grindiness. So it can take quite a bit for you to gather up the resources to make some of the higher tier stuff and all that kind of shit like that. You can see how many ore and how many coal it actually takes to make certain things. So you're going to need quite a bit of it. I know with the titanium, it takes 20 ore and I think it's 8 coal to make one brick or one ingot. So that is a thing, and you know, you can do a full set of armor for about 24 or 27. That's a whole shitload of ore. So that's like over 500 ore just to get one of the top tier armors. It's not even the top tier yet. So the weapon system is actually pretty cool. They've been updating the game on a regular basis, and it's still in early access, so it is pretty cool. If you were able to purchase this game right now, you'd be able to give feedback on things that you'd like to see implemented in the game. You can make suggestions. They take your feedback when it comes to any kind of bugs, all that kind of stuff as well. So that in itself allows you to kind of go, hey, you know what would be really cool is if we had this in the game. One of the things that I wanted was to have a compass or something that would point you towards the portal. Not give you the exact location, but tell you generally where it is. Guess what? In the 060 update, they actually did that. So it's a very cool thing when you say, I would like this, and there's other people that are with you on that. They see enough of that feedback, they're going to want to be able to say, yeah, you know what, let's do it. And they have been listening to people. They wanted pets and NPCs in there. So guess what? Now we have pets and NPCs. So it's really cool to be able to have that kind of power over what you're seeing go in or out of the game. With that being said, the exploration side of it, it is an RPG style of game, so you're going to be fighting monsters, and the purpose of the game is apparently there has been turmoil in the world, and there has been a tear in the universe where monsters are coming through and they're taking over all these worlds, and they need someone to be the ultimate portal knight, and that's a person who's going to go around between portals and find all these worlds and quote-unquote repair them. And that is where you come in. So you're going to say, hey, look, me, I'm awesome, I can fix everything. And you run around to, I think it's 44 different worlds. Each and every single one of them is completely randomly generated. Since the 050 update, they now have 3 different sizes of worlds: the small, the medium, and the large. Large is large. Now, it's not like millions of blocks or anything like that, but to get from one side to the other might take you 20 minutes, half an hour, but it's the whole having to bridge between different islands that are in that world, and it is completely randomly generated. So if I generate one, say world 110, you generate world 110, mine will look different than yours. So that's pretty cool that they have that in there as well. It makes the game replayable in a sense, because even if you were to start all over again, you're going to have a brand new experience not knowing where everything is. It's not like you can just go, oh, I know if I go over here and do there and that there. So it adds to the whole effect. Now, as you can see in here, the building, right now the blocks are somewhat limited. They do have, I'll say, maybe 30 different variants of blocks that you can use, and the number is going to go up. They keep adding things to the game, so they've added in new carpet blocks, they've added in different types of metal blocks, and I'm hoping that they're going to add in things like glass and stuff like that. They've got tons of decorations, lots of different furniture, from beds to armoires to benches to table sets to chairs. You name it, they probably have it. You can see 2 of the chairs that are there, the armoire off to the corner there as well. As for the building style, you have basically your traditional wood set and then your brick, and then you also have variants on the types of metals that are in the game, which you can turn into a specialized block, which is meant for building. So they'll have an obsidian block, but then they'll have a refined obsidian block, and that's typically used for building. So those things kind of add to the excitement, and now with the new NPCs, you can find these NPCs throughout the world, and they'll send you out on different kinds of quests as well. So it's not just going to be like, oh, there's a random person, and not just with that, you can actually trade with these people too. So it's a different way for you to be able to get different kinds of ores or different kinds of tools, things like that. Adds a whole new dimension to the game now, and a lot of people are very excited about that whole setup. So overall, guys, this is definitely a game that you can get quite a bit out of. There's no blood, there's no guts, there's no like uber violence or anything like that, where it would be blood and guts and heads being chopped off. So that is something that you can play with the kids as well. And even better is they have a LAN or a local access network kind of multiplayer, so you can play with your friends and say, hey, come to my world. Just a heads up though, when you do come to your world or go to a friend's world, whatever you take into that world and put into a chest, it stays there. So if somebody comes to your world and you don't know who they are, they could potentially grief you, take your shit, put it in their inventory, and then log out, and you'll never see it again. So that is a thing. Just make sure you're aware of what's going on. I guess a bit of a downside to the multiplayer is they haven't developed a way that you can be in 2 separate worlds at the same time. So in multiplayer, if I was to travel to World 110 and my friends there with me, they are automatically going to come to World 110 with me. They can't go to World 1.8 and me go to World 110. We all gather different things. It's all got to be the same world. But that can come in handy when you're fighting some of the bigger bosses that there are. Currently, I believe there are 3 bosses. I haven't actually faced the last one yet. The first 2 I did, and they can be tough if you don't know what the hell is going on. After you beat them the first time and you figure out what it is you got to do, each time you do it, it becomes easier and easier, especially when you get geared up. So that is another thing that was really cool with this here, is the fact that they implemented bosses about a third way through. Currently you can go to level 30 for a character, and each level that you go up, every 5 I believe, you have different perks, I guess, that you can add on to yourself. So you can cause extra damage, or you can take less damage, or you can have a special effect that happens when you get to a certain point, so it might add on extra hearts or anything like that. Those things really, again, add to the style of the game. And to make it even more interesting, they have these random timed events. So this is something that 505 or whoever does like a release and says, okay, for the next 5 hours you go to this world, you can fight mummies, or you can fight I don't know, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. And each time you do, you'll get a special thing. So certain things are only available when you do these quests, which may be used to create some of the top tier armor. And you may need 12 of them, you only get 3 per. So you need to do at least 4 timed events to be able to get those things that you need. Again, it makes that playability where it's, I have to do these events so that I can get that top tier armor so I can go and face the last boss. That kind of stuff there. So that's pretty cool as well. There's no build limit from what I can understand. Gathering resources can be difficult at the beginning, but once you get into the game, you can start making TNT and explosion bombs. Makes gathering brick and sand or dirt rather, all very easy to do. And like I said, I've really enjoyed it. I've had an amazing time playing the game. As you can tell, 91 hours logged. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't play it as much as I did. So definitely check it out, guys. There's a link in the description down below. And I'm not sponsored by 505 or anybody. I'm not making money off of this. This is just something I'm doing for you guys so you can say, yeah, you know what, this is something I'd like to check out. So definitely check it out on Steam if you want. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next time. If you do have any recommendations of things you'd like me to review, leave a comment down below, and I'll try and include that in the next one. Take care.